When you're sitting in a cemetery, even on a nice day, it's only natural to become a little bit depressed. And that's when the mind and the heart turn to poetry for solace. These are the saddest of possible words. Tinker to Evers to chance. Words that are heavy with nothing but trouble. Tinker to Evers to chance. Baseball's Sad Lexicon by Franklin Pierce Adams. A poem written in 1910 about Tinker and Evers and Chance. Yes, Frank Chance. Known as the peerless leader for being the player-manager of the Chicago Cubs, whom he led to 2 World Series championships in 1907 and 8. He later managed the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox on his way to the Hall of Fame, to which he was elected along with Tinker and Evers in 1946. Long after his death in 1924. He's buried here in Angeles Rosedale Cemetery in Los Angeles, and I'm sitting on a bench. He must have been in the starting lineup, even in heaven, and I was just gathering splinters. And I still am watching him perform. How did Frank Chance end up here? Well, he was a native Californian, for one thing. He came from a little town called Salida in Stanislaus County, near Modesto, where they make and process blue almond diamonds. And he was peerless, all right, on the diamond. He was also a championship boxer in the off-season, and yet he died young of bronchial asthma, heart attack, and other complications. He was only 46. Barney Oldfield was one of his closest friends, the great race car driver. Barney is buried at Holy Cross Cemetery in Culver City, not far from here. When Chance died, there were thousands of mourners here at this cemetery and in Chicago. After all, until 2016, those were the last championships the Cubbies would ever know, at least in the 20th century. Frank Chance has a kind of a loving trophy cup. No inscription, no engraving, simplicity itself right above his name. And the Gothic sea is sort of reminiscent of the Chicago Tribune, which covered him during his greatest seasons as a player-manager. Since Chance has passed into legend, there is really very little else to say about him. Everybody remembers who he was, what he did, why he's famous. All they don't know is his final resting place. Well, here it is. Anchoring first base as usual. And those diamonds in the sky, well, they belong to him, and Tinker and Evers, of course. Wonder who played third base on that team. July 15th, 2022, Angeles Rosedale Cemetery in the heart of Mid-City, the West Adams District in Los Angeles, California.